Good evening. If you're looking for work in Lloydminster, well, your prospects are high. But if you're an employer looking for workers, it's not as easy. Stats Canada released its latest job numbers this week, and Kim Smith tells us what the numbers mean for our region.
Right now, very difficult. I have a constant turnaround.
Tyler Jarvis says he's had the Help Wanted sign up since Mary Brown's opened over a year ago. The Lloydminster region has one of the lowest unemployment rates in the country, and it's been decreasing.
At the same time last year, we were much higher, well, not much higher, but 1.3% higher. So you can see that we have come down slightly in our unemployment rate.
In its survey, Stats Canada lumps the Alberta side of Lloydminster in with the Camrose and Drumheller area. The jobless rate in May was 3%. Compare that to 4.5% in Saskatchewan and 4.8% in Alberta.
The great part is it's definitely a heightened opportunities here in Lloydminster area. And so that means good news for job seekers.
Both provinces are well below the national unemployment rate at 7.1%. While it's great for job seekers, it makes life difficult for some business owners.
You go on to Kijiji and you ask people if they want to come for an interview, and you set it all up and they don't show because there's 5 million jobs out there right now.
In a booming community like Lloydminster, the service industry is often hit the hardest. It's difficult for employers to compete with wages offered by the oil and gas industry.
When you're in a food industry, you can't pay those types of wages, so it makes it a little bit more difficult, but you just try to explain to them, like this is not an oil company.
There's plenty of jobs to be had in the service sector, as well as lots of opportunities for skilled labor in the oil and gas sectors.
Because of this, Cosette Green at Alberta Works says many businesses need to find creative ways to attract committed employees.
We've gone through this in past years, and employers learned from those experiences and how to stay steady with their hiring practices and not have knee-jerk reactions.
That being said, employers in the service industry end up putting in many hours themselves to fill the void.
If you're not willing to be hands-on, it's not going to succeed, for the simple fact that it is difficult to find employees to be full-time.
Kim Smith, Newcap News.
Most weight restrictions on area roads in the county of Vermilion have been lifted. Officials say it applies to the majority of gravel roads, but restrictions are still in place for oiled roads. Now, the weight restrictions were put into place back in early April in an effort to minimize damage to road infrastructure during the spring thaw. Now, for a full list of the roads with bans still in effect, you can log on to the county's website at vermilionriver.com. And some Meadow Lake highways and bridges will be undergoing major renovations. The biggest project includes a $43.1 million grade and paved project on Highway 55. Now, this includes a 26-kilometer section from the Alberta border to 10 kilometers east of Pierceland. Now, the highway is a major corridor to the northern uranium mines, as well as the local pulp mill and sawmill. Meanwhile, 2 bridge replacements will also take place north of Turtle Ford, one over Canyon Creek and the other over Englishman River. A bridge rehab is also in the works over Turtle River, which is north of Turtle Ford. Well, it appears more and more people are turning to organic produce for a healthier lifestyle. Local gardening stores are seeing an increase in people planting their own gardens.
It's been an increasing trend for the last several years, and that's straight across Canada, that there's been, I think they're saying it's a 30% increase in seed sales of vegetables.
Those growing their own produce are seeing the benefits to growing organic.
Well, they're always fresh, and they're, I don't know, they make me happy. Just a feeling of success when you see them grow.
I definitely think it's healthier. You are eating something that came from your very own backyard. You know exactly what's happened to it, how it's been grown, and you picked it right from the ground.
Gardening experts say you don't need a green thumb to start your own garden, and that it's not too late in the growing season to plant most vegetables.